and you face that dilemma of whether or not to speak for the poor or the immigrant right now, things are so polarized. When you face that decision of whether or not to speak in favor of immigrants or to speak against them, remember the God who loves the poor, who loves the immigrant. Remember what he's done for you. When you get up this week and you're faced with a decision of whether or not to remain faithful to your spouse, remember the God who's been faithful. See, there's an attitude shift that has to happen for all of us. That because of the acceptance of God, we are obligated to follow. We are obligated. We want to live because we've discovered the grace of God in our lives. When we live in the reality of what God has done, we're excited to do what God desires of us. But we have to discover what he's done for us. And then we have to ask the question, what do you want to do with me? What do you want me to do because of it? Now, we're going to keep unpacking this over the next several weeks, but I wanted to give you a foundation this morning for, I think, where this conversation goes, that post-Easter is perhaps more important at times than Easter, because for Christians, for followers of Jesus, this is where we put our feet to the ground and we start doing the work we've been called to do. But to get there, it cannot be because you haven't discovered the grace of God, because then the obligation will be a burden. But when you discover the grace of God, the acceptance of Christ, then it's not an obligation. Then it's not a burden. It is an obligation, but it's not a burden. Let me pray for you.